Hey there, folks. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of air superiority fighters. Let's start by understanding what an air superiority fighter is and how it has evolved over time. Air superiority fighters are designed to dominate the skies, ensuring that their nation's airspace remains safe and secure. These agile and powerful machines have been at the forefront of aerial combat for decades. The term air superiority fighter was coined in the 1950s, marking a significant shift in military aviation. Prior to this, fighter aircraft were primarily designed for ground attack missions, but with the advent of air superiority fighters, the focus shifted to dogfighting and air-to-air combat. The first air superiority fighters, such as the MiG-15 and the F-86 Sabre, were primarily designed for air-to-air combat. However, as the Cold War progressed, these aircraft also developed secondary ground attack capabilities. Now, let's take a look at some of the active air superiority fighters in the world today. These include the F-22 Raptor, F-35 Lightning II, Su-35 Flanker, and the Eurofighter Typhoon. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the evolution of air superiority fighters. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to follow and subscribe for more fascinating insights into the world of aviation. Until next time, take care and safe flying. An air superiority fighter, also styled Air Superiority Fighter 1, is a fighter aircraft designed to seize control of enemy airspace by establishing tactical dominance air superiority over the opposing air force. Air superiority fighters are primarily tasked to perform aerial combat against agile, lightly armed aircraft, most often enemy fighters, and eliminate any challenge over control of the airspace. Although some, for example, strike fighters, may have a secondary role for air-to-surface attacks. Evolution of the term. During World War II and through the Korean War, fighters were classified by their role: heavy fighter, interceptor, escort fighter, night fighter, and so forth. With the development of heat-seeking and radar-guided missiles in the 1950s, design diverged between fighters optimized to not fight in range of the enemy's guns. As these missile technologies progressed, so did fighter doctrine. In the United States, the influential prevalence of radar-guided missiles with longer ranges developed fighters with no forward-firing gun, such as the original F for Phantom II, as it was thought that they would never need to resort to a dogfight. In 1950, for the first long-range radar missiles, IM-7 Sparrow, were first successfully tested, creating the Beyond Visual Range (BV) or regime interceptors. These aircraft would sacrifice high maneuverability and instead focus on other performance characteristics, as they presumably would never engage in a dogfight with enemy fighters. Citation needed. The first air superiority fighters. After lessons learned from combat experiences involving modern military air capacity, the U.S. Navy's VFAX, VFX and U.S. Air Force's FX fighter experimental reassessed their tactical direction, which resulted in the U.S. Navy's F-1 for Tomcat and U.S. Air Force's F-15 Eagle. 2. The two designs were built to achieve air superiority, and significant consideration was given during the development of both aircraft to allow them to excel at the shorter ranges of fighter combat. Both aircraft also serve as interceptors due to their high maximum speed and advanced radars. 3-4. A Russian Air Force Sukhoi Su-30. By contrast, the Soviets and the succeeding Russian Federation developed and continued to operate separate types of aircraft: the interceptor MiG-31 and the short-range MiG-29 for air superiority. Although the long-range Su-27 can combine the roles of air superiority and interceptor. Evolution of secondary ground attack capability. For the U.S. Navy, the F-1 for Tomcat was initially deployed solely as an air superiority fighter, as well as fleet defense interceptor and tactical aerial reconnaissance. By contrast, the multi-role F-18 Hornet was designed as strike fighter, while having only enough of an edge to defend itself against enemy fighters if needed, while the F-14 had an undeveloped secondary ground attack capability with a stores management system (SMS) that included air-to-ground options, as well as rudimentary software in the AWG-9. The Navy did not want to risk it in the air-to-ground role at the time, due to its lack of proper defensive electronic countermeasures (DCN) and radar homing and warning RAW for overland operations, as well as the fighter's high cost. In the 1990s, the U.S. Navy added Lantern pods to its F-14s and deployed them on precision ground attack missions. 5. The F-15 Eagle was envisioned originally as an air superiority fighter and interceptor under the mantra "not a pound for air-to-ground." 6. However, the F-15C can carry down and GPS-guided bombs, such capabilities which were first used by the Israeli Air Force. In fact, the basic airframe proved versatile enough to produce a very capable strike fighter, the F-15E Strike Eagle. While designed for ground attack, it retains the air-to-air lethality of the original F-15. 7. Similarly, the F-16 Fighting Falcon was also originally designed as fighter, but has since evolved into a successful all-weather multi-role aircraft. 8. Since the 1990s, with air superiority fighters such as the F-14 and F-15 pressed into the strike role or having a strike derivative, the lines between air superiority fighters and multi-role fighters has blurred somewhat. The F-22 Raptor, designed primarily as an air superiority fighter, would receive precision strike capabilities through mission system upgrades. Similarly, the MiG-29 and Su-27, despite originally designed for air superiority, have been commonly outfitted to use a range of air-to-surface armaments, which would make them multi-role fighters. Indeed, the Su-30 for strike fighter has been derived from the Su-27. The Eurofighter Typhoon is another example of an aircraft designed as an air superiority fighter, but became multi-role fighters with strike capabilities in later production tranches. With the retirement of the F-14 Tomcat, the U.S. Navy has pressed its F-A-18 Hornet and its upsized derivative, the F-A-18E F-Super Hornet, into a fleet defense fighter, despite the Hornets being originally designed as multi-role strike fighters. Due to the high costs of aircraft development, the next generation of USAF air superiority platforms will be multi-role with strike capabilities designed from the outset. 9.